Pistons fans. Let's talk about it, man. Almost a perfect weekend for me, man. My teams won that I picked in this divisional round in the playoffs has been amazing. I haven't seen nothing like this, in a very very long time. Aaron Rodgers loses. Matthew Stafford beats Brady. Kansas City comes back and win the game in 13 seconds. But my Pistons couldn't finish it. And I don't blame them one bit at all. Detroit Pistons obviously are getting better as a team because we still have a lot of firepower that's missing. Be it Jeremy Grant, Kelly Olynyk, you've seen the returns when he came back. But he's out with safety protocol. And we still haven't even got Frank Jackson back yet. So that's a lot of scoring and spacing and the things we need in order to be successful to weather the storm, because we know that we are somewhat undersized. And Jokic did his best in exposing that at the end of the game. Isaiah Stewart ended up getting fouled out, and like I said, we just got outsized. We had a chance to win at the end, but a couple of young mistakes. Sadiq Bey not waiting to Corey Joseph got set in the pick and roll situation. And then also the foul that came before the Cade Cunningham three also. Those both were taken away. But, we just lack size. We lack in three scorers that's out right now. And if you can give me these type of games while we weather the storm, hey, I am all good with that. Like I said, this season is based on development and improvement, but we cannot officially get that, underway until we get these guys back. We've suffered injuries from the very beginning of the season. Then we have the safety protocol situation. We just have not seen these guys full together and be able to gain that chemistry, but they're fighting through it. They're a young team fighting through it, man. And, like I said, if we have these type of competitive losses, man, in Denver against, the Joker, hey, I can live with that. I can totally live with that. Let's just talk about a couple of the other games that I missed. The late games. I can't do no games reviews at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. So, but yeah, we got plastered by a couple of teams in this year, but we won some games this year. And like I said, you can tell the Pistons, we're developing and getting better at certain things. Some nights, the young guys, they don't bring the energy. And that's the ups and downs that I was talking about with a young team. We're at the halfway point of the season. So, with that said, gotta go ahead and, get past this trade deadline so we can know what roster we're looking at for the rest of the year. And like I said, I don't think the Pistons are trying to win a boatload of games either. I think it's solely based on developing what we have. Cade Cunningham would have, one of his most impressive games last game. As far as statistics go. But tonight, man, it was pretty solid. Pretty solid tonight. Fought the Nuggets tooth and nail. And I can get with that. Dwayne Casey was absolutely irate after the game. I know they probably didn't show it on camera, but if you're watching Pistons Live, you've seen the clip of it. He was definitely pissed at the end of the game, especially about some of those calls. Was Sadiq his heel on the line, or was it not? I don't know. But at the end of the day, the wins and losses still do not matter to me. To me personally, I just want to see this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when you win the game, that's a cherry on top of it. But I just want to see this. I want to see the development, the fight. I want to see these guys get healthy. I want to see them play together. That's what I'm looking for right now. If you were wondering what I'm asking personally. But yeah, Killian came off the bench tonight with the hip contusion he was dealing with. He still looked like it's a little shaky with that situation, but he scored some buckets tonight, man. Notice one thing: when he did attack the basket and made that shot, the entire bench got up and cheered. So his team is behind him, man. And I feel like it's a better place for him to be right now is on the bench until he can get healthy and get a rhythm as far as attacking the basket. I feel like it was a disservice to him and Isaiah Stewart to be thrusted in the starting positions immediately like they were. But Isaiah Stewart gave you a he gave you a plethora of things tonight, especially in that first half, man. He was showing everything. You know what I'm saying? So I was definitely happy about that. Like I said, one by one, we seeing some of these young players take steps. Cade is in a different class. Obviously, drafted over number one overall. You were drafted to be a special player. You know what I'm saying? He's played collegiate basketball. So he was drafted to be that guy. But with these other guys, it's going to take them some time to come into those full forms of what the potential the Pistons drafted them for. Sadiq Bey is a little bit faster than Isaiah and Killian, obviously. But, to see Isaiah take some steps forward offensively over these last couple of games and actually attempt shots and attack and try to score and get himself in a rhythm has been beautiful. It's been beautiful because, like I said, a lot of the fan base also turned on him. You know what I'm saying? So Corey Joseph has been a really good step in. This is the role that, we liked from Corey Joseph when he came last year. We just didn't want him out there playing unnecessary minutes. This time, right now, it's very necessary for him, and he's playing well in that position. Earlier this year, it was just not the right position for him to be out there all of those minutes, with guys available. Well, with guys out right now, Corey stepping in and showing that veteran leadership has been a plus. Magruder as well, definitely showing his veteran leadership. I know we make a lot of jokes and say a lot of things about Magruder, but it is what it is. He's been playing well over the last couple of games, and you got to give credit when it's due. And I've had no problem doing that when these guys show up this season, even though we talk a lot of smack and good fun. So, yeah. On to the next game, man. The Pistons just got to continue to take this thing one game at a time and learn from these situations, learn how to be more consistent. But, it's kind of hard to do that when you don't have a consistent roster. So we got to get that roster together. We got to get healthy. And, we'll see what the trade deadline brings. Jeremy Grant is, currently with the Motor City Cruise, working on his rehab and things like that. So, and we're waiting on Frank Jackson to get back, and of course Olynyk and safety protocol. So, once these guys get around, if we do get Jeremy Grant back, and if he does play another game as a Piston, I just want to see what this team is like, because I feel like the kids are grown a little bit. So to add the veterans is only going to be a plus for the Pistons. This has been a brutal road trip for the Pistons, and we can get back home and do what we got to do. So with that said, man, it's been a hell of a sports weekend, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, and especially everybody on Twitter, and for the people that came over to the podcast today at We Three Kings, my podcast channel with my brothers. And, you guys be safe, be blessed, take care of your families, be safe out there. COVID is running rampant still out of my household finally. But it's in my brother's household, and it was in my other brother's household earlier before me. So it's everywhere. With that said, be safe out there. Don't be, reckless. Let's just be mindful in what we do and take care of ourselves, man. That said, y'all be blessed and have a great night. It's your boy King. I'm out. Peace.